Have you ever wondered why Jesus said the kingdom is like a treasure hidden in a field? Like, why hide it? Why not place it out in the open place where everyone can see it? And why did Jesus compare the kingdom to a treasure hidden in a field? The exact English word treasure appears in the Bible about 37 times. But perhaps no passage is more fascinating than this one. Matthew 13:44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which when a man had found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. So the thing you're looking for is a treasure in the field, and the treasure is already yours. The treasure is what God has hidden for those who are willing to seek it. You have to seek it though. It is what God is trying to show you. But His voice is fighting for your attention. Amidst all the voices, they also want your attention. You know, God doesn't usually shout over the noise, but God waits. He waits for you until you're ready to listen. He waits until you become quiet enough to hear Him. I mean, just ask Elijah. God wasn't in the wind, and He wasn't in the earthquake, nor was He in the fire. But He spoke in a still, small voice. And I think that's what we're missing here. The treasure isn't always hidden because God just wants to give you a hard time. He just wants to make life difficult for you. No. Sometimes it's hidden because only those who slow down will notice it. Yeah, because if you slow down enough, you'll find yourself refocusing. You'll find yourself taking in enough information. So you're allowing yourself to slow down to digest, but slow down to correct, slow down to adjust, slow down to become, slow down to think clearly, slow down to become inspired. That's what I think is really missing. The slowing down in a world that is moving fast with information. If you study the Bible carefully, you'll notice this one interesting common trend. All of Israel's deliverance, Israel's breakthrough and promotion, they came from Israel giving her attention to God. That's really interesting. Some examples that I think of that come to mind is like Moses, when he approached the burning bush and he noticed the burning bush, he gave attention to the burning bush. And Samuel, the young Samuel in the house of God, he's lying down there and he hears his name being called. Samuel, Samuel. And he gave attention to the voice that was calling him. And when you think about Goliath, who came against the Israelites, and here comes young David who shows up, and David's mindset is completely different from everybody because he wasn't affected by the 40 mornings and 40 evenings of Goliath's taunting. But David's attention was different from the others. David was focused on victory, but everyone else was crippled by fear. Another example is Jehoshaphat, when the armies of the Moabites and the Ammonites came against Judah, and Jehoshaphat gathered all of the people of Judah, and they prayed to God. They gave their attention to God. And while they were praying, the Spirit of the Lord came upon a prophet named Jahaziel. like an epic moment. And the Spirit spoke to him to tell the people and to tell his king, King Jehoshaphat, to be still and know that the battle belongs to the Lord. And what about Peter when he fished all night and he caught nothing? But his moment of change came when he looked upon Jesus and he heard the words of the Lord. Jesus simply said to him, "Take your boat further out, cast your net on the other side." And that one moment of giving his attention to God changed his life. And then there's Mary, who became the mother of Jesus. Hers is a beautiful story. When she accepted God's words, and it was when she said, "Be it unto me according to your words." That's so beautiful. She gave her attention to God, and because she did, she changed history forever. Like so powerfully, eh? Getting in. I guess you see the pattern here already. It's obvious. God speaks, someone pays attention, and history changes. We become history makers because we paid attention enough to the change that was necessary. We paid attention enough to the treasure before us. But the problem is becoming so used to our comfort zone. We're so familiar with our comfort zone. Like the man in the parable, you have to venture out into the field to search for something. You have to search for the treasure. So that venturing out, being like an adventure, takes you out from your comfort zone, takes you out from the place you're familiar with into an unfamiliar place. And what I'm really saying here is pay attention to what repeatedly captures your attention. Because anyone can be interested in something of value and still do nothing. But when you have curiosity, that's different. You see, to be interesting, you first have to be interested. Curiosity produces knowledge. Knowledge produces value, and value is what attracts people. You notice this one thing too. The man wasn't forced into the field. He was already there. He was working, maybe walking, searching. He may be thinking, but he was there, and he was paying attention. Then he saw the treasure, and the treasure was always there. His attention was what revealed it. So God often hides treasure in ordinary places. Come on. The difference between people isn't always intelligence. It's not knowledge. I think the powerful part here is attention. Attention matters when it comes to progress. And it's when you commit to a cause to a level that is of value, of meaning, of purpose, you give attention to it. So this week, ask yourself this question. What keeps pulling my attention away from what God is trying to show me? Don't ignore what God's trying to show you, to draw you towards something important. He's trying to get your attention. And maybe that's where God has hidden your next treasure.